I remember the security guy who spent most of his time in the book, worrying about a load of issues, which actually, when it boiled down to it, there wasn't actually really issues there. There was just the fact that he was doing his job just by actually managing that there was an issue register there and that it had to be verbalized. But at the end of the day, when they met up towards the end of the book, actually there was little work to do because things were either being dealt with by manual processes or other steps, or there were more important things to be dealt with. And it was just giving him that context, helped him sort of resolve that as part of the Phoenix project. But as you say, as we talk about cultures now, I think sometimes cultures can be born out of necessity. So I was looking at 4 different types of organizational culture that was sort of described to me, called clan culture, ad hocery, market culture, and hierarchy culture. Now, we all know hierarchy culture. It's classic business as usual. We have a big structure. We know what we do. We sit in our pens. But things like the more modern ideas like ad hocery and clan cultures, we're finding that more and more these days with companies, especially new companies that are fledgling and want to try the more entrepreneurship side of things. And ad hocery leans really into that, the concept of taking risk on much more onerously. But the thing is, you end up with a point when companies start to grow, they end up moving towards things like the market culture. They need to have objectives, and I look at things like when we talk about DevOps per se. A lot of companies start with the DevOps culture, but they eventually move towards like a site reliability engineering culture where you have objectives set, and you want to sort of hit those objectives. And if you're Spotify, you want your customers to be 99.999% up all the time, and without those objectives and that market culture, you never get there. And I find actually, what we find is we move between these cultures as businesses grow. You start off in the clan culture when there's only 3 or 4 of you in an office. And then as you grow, you start to move towards the ad hocery. And as you mature, you then move into sort of the more market driven and the hierarchy. And there is nothing wrong with any of those cultures. It's just finding the right balance that works for you as an organization.